What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War, the Incredible Hulk. And so here we have the Hulk pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. The Hulk does come with 3 different head sculpts. We do have the neutral expression, which he has on him right now. He does come with a head where he's gritting his teeth. And then we do have a roaring, angry Hulk head, which is probably my favorite out of the bunch. Hulk also does come with 2 pairs of hands. He does come with a pair of fists for smashing. And then he comes with a pair of clinching hands, so he can reach out for something. Other than that, Hulk doesn't come with anything else. I don't know what more you would want to include with the Hulk here. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at the SH Figuarts Hulk, and my goodness, am I blown away by this figure. Now, he does have some issues, but those issues are just minor nitpicks here and there that I can overlook because of just how nice of a figure this Hulk actually is. Does it look like the Mark Ruffalo Hulk? Honestly, no, it doesn't look like the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. It just looks like the Hulk. If you envision the Hulk, this is what you pretty much imagine him looking like. And I really do like the really deep red eyes that he has on him. You can tell he's really angry. Really love the shading on him. The hair on him is done really well. You can see we do have a little bit of a fade right there for the Hulk, and then it is thicker up at the top. Again, really love the look of this figure. You can see the wrinkles on him look really good. One thing that I'm just blown away by, and it's prevalent throughout this figure, is the amount of detail on him. Yes, he's just a big green angry dude without a shirt, but they put a lot of love and care into this figure in terms of paint and sculpt. In case you can't notice, right here on his neck, he actually has texture on his skin. That's something that we hardly ever see on a figure. Most figures, they have smooth skin. Hulk here, he has a lot of texture just throughout his skin, and I absolutely love that. From his face to his neck to his arms, his chest, his legs, everywhere that you would expect there to be texture on the skin, he has texture on the skin, and I think that does a really good job of bringing out some highlights in the figure. He also has this really subtle shading. It's subtle, but under my lights you can see it a little bit better, and it brings out all that muscular definition in the Hulk. And you can see he's a pretty beefy guy. So Hulk here is a phenomenal looking figure. His pecs look really good. They chopped out a little bit right here, too much going up there, but it helps with articulation, so I am perfectly okay with that. His arms are nice. They're big, they're bulky. You can see some veins running through them. Just so much musculature in the Hulk. He looks like he can take on just about anything. We do have some veins in his Hulk smashing hands. Really do like his hands here. They're really big and massive, as they should be, because he is the Hulk. The Hulk, of course, does have that bodybuilder ab going, so he's kind of thick in the belly, but it's muscular thick. It's not fat whatsoever. Then he is wearing a pair of apparently indestructible jeans. Now, we do have some tearing right here on the sides of his jeans. Nothing in the back, but again, they're seemingly indestructible. Really do like the little button that he has on him. No belt, because I don't think there's a belt big enough for the Hulk, although that changes in Endgame. Really do like that they actually sculpted the belt loops. Even though he doesn't have a belt on, they still sculpted the belt loops. And you can actually see how it's just pulling on the fabric. That's something that a lot of figures of the Hulk don't do, is show how much tension the fabric has in the pants, and that's something you can see right here. Really love the sculpt work on the pants. You can see some seams going down it. Again, it is torn in some areas. Does get cut off at his calves right there. And then we have some more texturing on his calves there with some veins. Just overall love the detailing on Hulk. His feet all actually have a really nice texture underneath them. And believe it or not, this texture actually does help standing the Hulk. So that's one thing I do really enjoy about this figure, is that the texturing on his feet do give him some grip when he's standing, so he stands up perfectly fine. Overall, I'm just amazed at how much detail this figure was able to put in. And like I said, a lot of the problems I have with this figure, they're just minor nitpicks. They're not really anything bad against the figure. That's just my own personal gripes. With that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. So here we have Hulk posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Hulk posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Hulk posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Hulk posed next to a Marvel Legends Endgame Captain America and a Marvel Legends Endgame Iron Man. And for one final comparison, here we do have the SH Figuarts Hulk posed next to the Marvel Legends Comic Book Hulk. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually run through the Hulk's articulation, because he does have quite a bit for being a beefy guy, and I do apologize for the train in the background. Here we do have his head, which is on a double ball joint. You can see he can look up quite a bit. He can't really look down on the ball joint. Most of the up and down movement, well, downwards movement is going to be on that ball joint on his neck, but looking up, he looks up no problem. Can lean his head side to side, again no problem. Swivels just fine. Again, we do have a ball joint in the neck, and that's mainly going to help him with looking down. We do have a butterfly joint, which does come out to about that far, and I really do like the way it looks along the sculpt work. His arms are on a ball hinge, or on a ball socket that peg into the butterfly joint, so you can pivot his arm down, can pivot the arm up, can go back and forward on that ball joint, so really do like that. Does go all the way around, no problem. Goes out to about that far, and you can raise it up. It looks good. So pretty good articulation there. We don't have a traditional bicep swivel. Instead, we do swivel up here at the shoulder. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that, and it's just to preserve the sculpt. And you really can't get too crazy with it, but working around it, you can adjust that, so it's not that big of an issue, honestly. We do have a double bend in the elbow, although we only get 90 degrees right there because Hulk is a pretty big fellow. We do have a double ball joint right here in the wrist, and it does go down, up, forward, back, rotates, so really good range there. As you can see, it moves just fine. We do have what I'm guessing is just a singular ball joint right here in the torso, but that does go back and forward really well. If you push too far back, it does get a little bit gappy, and looking up in there, it does appear to be a single ball joint, so yeah, he moves forward and back, no problem. So really do like that. We do have rotation up here at the chest. He leans side to side, just a little bit on that ball joint. Most of the leaning is going to be done at the ball joint right here. You can see he does lean side to side, crunches forward to about there. In conjunction with both of those, he gets a really nice crunch. Now, one thing is, he does look really segmented in the back, but you're not looking at the back of the figure, so it's not that big of an issue, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people complain about that, but again, it's not a big issue for me. He does rotate at that waist, and we get another ball joint. Legs only go forward to about there. That's probably not enough for the Hulk. I would have liked a more outward movement. Does go back, not at all because of his thickness right there. Does go out to the side, no problem. So Hulk here can do the split really nicely. We do have a swivel right here up in the thigh. Double bend at the knee. Goes up past a little close to 90. A little more, but I'm going to say it's just 90, which is pretty decent for a big guy. Does rotate at the foot. We do have a hinge which goes back, goes forward. Forward facing pin for rocker ankle, and then we also do get a really generous toe hinge. So overall, Hulk here is a really articulated figure, and he looks really nice, especially posed with all your other MCU characters. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the SH Figuarts Hulk posed for my final thoughts, and overall, really love the way this figure came out. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've kind of beat myself up that I didn't pick this guy up when he was initially released. That's neither here nor there, but having this figure in hand, I am just so glad I picked him up the second time around, because I would have definitely had buyer's remorse if I missed out on him a second time. Now, like I said, the only issues I really do have with him are minor nitpicks, such as him being a little bit segmented in some posing. But you can remedy that with photography or just not displaying Hulk with the segment showing. It's incredibly possible to avoid all those issues, and it's not something that's a make or break deal for this figure. I know a lot of people would have preferred a traditional bicep swivel for this guy, but again, it works to keep the sculpt solid, and he looks really nice, and I do appreciate the work that went into this Hulk figure. He has a really nice size to him. I think he's big without being overly massive, which is a really good thing, and I definitely love the hands that he comes with. Even though he doesn't come with much, he comes with just enough that you need to make the Hulk, which I will always be thankful for. If you are looking for the Hulk, at the time I'm making this video, he's still available on BigBadToyStore.com, so go ahead and order yours now before you do miss out on him a second time. Secondhand market will see this guy shoot on upwards of $120 to $160, which is double the price of what I paid for Hulk. Hulk here was $79.99, and if you want to pay $80 for your Hulk, get him now, or you're going to have definite buyer's remorse when you're unable to find them for a reasonable price. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other SH Figuarts and Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.